In today's demonstration, you're going to see the concept of what it's like to be off-centered physically and what it looks like to be centered. And when you're centered, you're at the right place at the right time. You don't have to reach for anything. Things come to you because when you're centered, you're connected, mind, body, spirit, to the God source, to the super consciousness. And this is very important in life because the core of life is to be centered in everything that you do. We're going to start out with Vince and George. And the first thing Vince is going to show is how most people walk in everyday life, which is no state of awareness and disoriented. And normally, if you've noticed, people are always looking down when they're walking. Once in a while they'll look up, but they're definitely not centered. So in this state, if he begins walking and George grabs his wrist in this state, that's what normally happens. Now Vince is going to walk first centered. He's going to use his peripheral vision. He's going to look into the distance and walk. And he moves, and I'm going to ask Vince, did you know what you were going to do?
No. George, I was looking over there, and all of a sudden somebody was grabbing my arm, so what I did was I just blended with it and then came up with something.
So, of course, he's been learning different moves. But understand that the mind and the muscle, they retain this. And then he lets it go, and then it comes into whenever he needs it. Okay? And now we're going to do it from George being behind him. And again, if Vince is disoriented and he's not in the present moment, which many people forget, the power of the present moment, the only reason why it's powerful is because you're centered. If you're not centered, the present moment doesn't have the power they talk about. So he's going to walk, again, disoriented. And you see how vulnerable, you see how weak. You can see the concept when he's centered. It's going to validate it from the physical. So now he's going to use his soft gaze. He's going to look straight ahead. He's going to be walking. And he's going to go with the flow without even having to think. Because when something happens, you do not have time to intellectualize anything. You only have time to respond rather than react. Now George is going to be here, let's say on the side. And he sees Vince walking, again disoriented. And that's what it feels like when you're disoriented, off balanced, and you're not in the present moment. He's going to use his soft gaze. He's going to be walking. He's going to attack him again the same way. And he's going to move without even thinking. And we're going to show it to you slow so you can see, because a movement takes only about half a second. Slow. He's at the right place at the right time. Let's do that one fast. If the attack is fast, the person can move fast. If the attack is slow, the person can move slow. Now, the next one is with a wooden knife. Remember, the concept for all these things are he's getting off the line of attack. And you saw it in the first time that he did it, that he became a part of the attacker's creation. He didn't step off the line, he didn't blend, he lost his balance. But when he's centered, he can claim his space and he can redirect this energy and give it back to the attacker with no aggression. And that's the most important thing. Just because somebody's coming at you verbally or physically with aggression doesn't mean you respond in aggression, because that puts you on the same level of their vibration. You cannot go there. You have to keep and maintain your vibration on a higher level. You have to blend, redirect the energy. You're going to process that energy, and then you're going to walk away. This way, it's still not inside of you. Okay? So he's going to come straight for his midsection, and he's going to be disoriented. No extension. And the purpose of our extension is to define our boundaries in life. You're going to see the extension in his arm, and he's going to come in, you're going to do a movement. Now George is going to come at him with several other movements, and you're going to see the blending, whatever it is. And now George is going to come at him without a knife, and he's going to charge straight at him. He's going to do several techniques. He's going to get off the line of it. And then the last technique, you might have to move down here. And first of all, I'm going to have you show the rocking exercise that we do, which we do to help us to blend with the ground so that you don't, through fear, hurt yourself. And he's going to use that technique to do this dynamic technique. One more. What about a hand for Vince?